everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's hard to believe it, but I've been back to work now for almost a month after having come off of maternity leave for my fourth child. And it's been a pretty challenging transition. Now that I've gone through it a few times before, though, I kind of know a little bit about what to expect. But by far, one of the worst things about going back to work is figuring out a good system of how I can bring my pumping supplies to work with me and pump in the most efficient manner, given that I'm still breastfeeding my little one. So for today's video, I wanted to show you the bag I'm using to carry my supplies in to take to work, how I organize my items, and hopefully these will give you some ideas if you also are going through similar transition that I am. And if not, I think that some of these ideas are just practical organizational tips. And also I'm going to be giving you a bag review of this beautiful Stella Dot bag I have here. So if you're interested in hearing about this, please keep watching and don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. So the bag I'm currently using for my main work bag and pumping supply bag is this beautiful Stella Dot Daytripper bag in the camo print. If you haven't checked out my first Stella Dot video, I'll link it down below. But I hauled this bag in the new spring collection. Although it's not a brand new version of this bag, I hadn't purchased it before, so it's pretty new to me. I've had it now for a couple of months, and I've been taking it to work with me every day since I've been back. So far, I think this bag is working out very well for the purpose I need it for, and at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you a quick review of the bag itself. But first, I wanted to show you how I organize my work bag and pumping supplies. So I will say that in addition to this bag, I do carry a medium-sized purse for my personal items. So that includes my main wallet, my set of keys, oftentimes I'll have my cell phone just in there, and other items that I need for myself. I tend to lock that up in my office, and then I'll bring this bag around with me downstairs to clinic, or if I'm going to be seated in a certain area for a long time, and it has all of my essentials and pumping supplies together in it. So the first thing that I have in this bag is in this little handy pocket, and I carry around a little Ziploc of Ricolas. So as you can imagine, with 4 little kids, 3 of which are in daycare, I tend to get little coughs and colds quite a bit, so this really comes in handy. I also have to talk a lot for my job, so it also is important to help soothe my throat if it's bothering me. I also do eat this kind of like candy. I don't know if it's bad for you or not, but so far I've been okay with it. I do like the taste. So for me, it's essentially like a mint, and it definitely soothes my throat. And I'm kind of known for this around the workplace, and people often come to me if they need a cough drop, so there you go. So the next thing I have in this little pocket, the only other thing, and I just have a cell phone charger. At work, when I'm pumping, I often will just slip my cell phone in here as well and take this with me to the pumping room so I can use my phone at the same time. So I'm just going to get into the main interior of the bag. Here's what it looks like. It's really jam-packed full, but it does zip close really nicely. So the main thing I have in here is this item, and I talked about this in my favorites video, which I will also link, from February, and it's an insulated lunch bag. So you can find many different versions of this. I just purchased this one. I thought it was really cute with the polka dots, and it has a zip opening and is insulated. So what I do is in the morning I will pack my lunch in here. So because I'm pretty limited in terms of time, I have to pack my lunch if I'm pumping so I can eat lunch and pump at the same time. So I tend just to bring just one of those ready-made salads with me and a drink and a few snacks, put it in here with an ice pack. So after I'm done eating my lunch, I will have this empty tote or lunch insulated bag to put the pumped express breast milk I have in it. Given that I already had packed the ice packs in the morning, everything is nice and cool, so I can put my express breast milk in their bottles in here, put it back in the bag, and then take it home with me at the end of the day. So right now, of course, I don't actually have my lunch in here, but that's what I would keep in. I do have a couple of snacks. I get hungry throughout the day, especially if I'm sitting in the pumping room, bored and nothing to do besides pumping. So I tend to nibble on things. I just have some cute Cheez-Its in the Scrabble version. I have a Luna protein bar. And then I have a Lara bar, which I've been really enjoying. It's amazing how they can only put a few ingredients and it tastes so good. So I think these are just nice handy snacks to have. In terms of the actual pumping supplies, I do carry along my breast pump, which in my opinion is a pretty compact one. And it's the Pump and Style Advanced Pump from Medela. And it just has the cord attached and it's easy to just throw in this bag. I tend to actually leave the pump at work in the evenings since I have an extra spare at home, so I don't have to lug it around every single day. But I do take this downstairs to my workspace to pump. And for those of you who are pregnant or expecting and are considering purchasing a breast pump, just so you know, a lot of insurances do provide breast pumps free of charge. You have a selection to choose from, and that's actually how I got this one. So it was completely free to me, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Along with that, I also pack along a Ziploc bag and have all of my actual bottle supplies and pump supplies. I don't have all the pump supplies here right now, but here's just an example of what I would bring, a nice clean bag with all the supplies. And after I use the supplies, I do have access to a very nice sink at work, so I'm able to quickly wash out my items and then put them back in a clean plastic bag to bring home with me for the day. So I do carry along a spare nursing bra or pumping bra so that I can be hands-free while I'm pumping at work. This is really essential for me, of course. These are a little pricey, so I do have a quick hack or alternative that one of the postpartum nurses told me about. So when I was in the hospital after delivering my baby, they gave me a couple sets of these tachometer elastic bands. So these are the bands that they use to put on the baby monitor when you're in the hospital to hear the heartbeat. But this is also really handy just for doing a makeshift pumping bra. So you just put this around your chest, tie it in a knot in the front, and these bands go around the breast. And you're able to put the pump right in between the bands, and it holds them up hands-free, essentially the same as that more expensive nursing bra does. So this is really handy as a great backup for me. It's very lightweight, and you don't necessarily need these tachometer bands. I think you can use any type of just stretchy bands in case you're in a pinch and need a hands-free option. And the final actual pumping item I have here is just a few disposable nursing pads from Medela, the same company my breast pump comes from. So I do tend to use cotton washable ones normally, but just in case I need a spare, I have these in my bag. This company also does make some sterilizer bags too, which I've tried in the past. However, during the workday, it's just hard and inconvenient to use them. So my preferred option is just to go ahead and wash them with a little bit of soap at work and then put them back in my bag. But there are so many different products, of course, you can find that may make your pumping experience a little easier at work. And then in here I have a few items for myself and some work items. So I do carry on my essentials pouch, and you've seen this before in my What's in My Bag Speedy B30 Get to Know Me video, which I'll link below. And that was my first YouTube video, so please excuse some of the quality and the nerves, I should say. But in this bag I just have my essentials, so quick hand sanitizer to use. I have some Tylenol, some mints, some floss, little lip products, some perfume. You know, things that I just need on a day-to-day basis that I can't be without, so I throw this in this bag when I go to my clinic. I do have a hand sanitizer to use before I pump. So I do definitely fully wash my hands before and after pumping, but I also often apply hand sanitizer as well prior to pumping, and this is the Baby Ganix alcohol-free foaming version, which I think is really nice. So any baby-related stuff I need to sanitize my hands for, I tend to use this one. And then in terms of work supplies, I just have a few in here. And because, again, I carry only a medium-sized purse for my essentials, I use this for all of my major work items that need to come home with me. Luckily, since most records are electronic these days, I do not lug around a lot of patient records or other paper information. But I do have a few items here. So any papers or work-related things, I put in this file folder so I can toss it in the bag. And it definitely very conveniently matches the inside of the bag. This was not a coincidence. I definitely planned this out, but I thought it was just adorable to match. So I just throw in any items I need here for work. And then I also have another little reference book that I often use during the workday, which I have in this bag. And I have a couple of binder clips. And then the final thing I have in this bag is just in the main zip pocket. I leave it open, but it's a perfect spot for my agenda. And again, I tend to need to take this everywhere I go. It's hard to coordinate everyone's schedules in addition to my own, so I use this for everyone in the family. And it's the Mini Happy Planner. I think it's just an amazing compact size, can hold all of our necessities, and it's really easy to throw in all different types of bags. So this comes along with me really everywhere I go. And that does it for this bag. So it holds a lot of items. And I just love how it's able to hold all of my pumping supplies in addition to my own supplies in a very compact manner. So I wanted to provide you with a really quick review of this Daytripper bag from Stella Dot. I just love this design. The camel is really trendy now. I think it's a muted camel, so it's not too in your face to take to work. Of course, I wouldn't take this to a formal work setting, but for pumping supplies and some work essentials, I think it's just the perfect size and style. So it has a beautiful wipeable lining, which is also nice if you're taking this around to pumping rooms and using it in that way. It has the iconic Stella Dot arrow in gold tone. Again, an external pocket here. And then it has this zipper section where you can actually unzip. And then the bag expands. So I have used this on a few occasions so far this month where I needed extra amounts of items from work. It definitely gives you a couple of inches of extra space, which is very handy if you're in a pinch. But in general, I try to make this bag as streamlined as possible. I feel like a bag lady already when I'm carrying this bag in my own purse and oftentimes some other items in my arms. So I try to keep this bag streamlined and minimize what I have in it if at all possible. It has some leather-like or vegan leather details on the trims, nice fabric strap, and then there is this full zip opening on the top to reveal this beautiful interior and floral lining. And that's really what got me for this bag. I just love the lining combined with the camo. It has that one big zip pocket where I keep my agenda. And it has this really cute placket here. It says your adventure awaits, Stella Dot. It has a couple of slip pockets here. And then just a huge interior. And as you can see, mine is still in perfect condition. And I've used this bag pretty heavily over the past month, every single day, taking it to work. And I definitely don't baby a bag like this. The purpose of this bag is to use it in pretty tough situations. So I put it to the test and it's definitely performing well for me. So I'll give you a couple of mod shots here. So again, I'm 5'4", and this is what the bag tends to look like on my shoulder. So I think it's definitely an oversized tote, but not too overwhelming in my opinion. It's very comfortable under the arm. I will say the shoulder strap isn't terribly long, so if you have a thick, heavy coat, it is hard to get over your shoulder. But moving into the spring and summer months when you wear these lighter knits, this is just perfect. But just be wary of that the shoulder drop isn't too long compared to some other totes I have. But I think it just fits my body perfectly for the purposes I need it for. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what's inside my work/pumping bag and gave you some ideas that may be useful for you as well. Please let me know some of your favorites from the Stella Dot line and some items that you think I need to check out as well. Please also don't forget to view some of my other videos I mentioned down below. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Otherwise, I'll plan to see you again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!